Welcome to the channel. The channel name is Grow with Techies. So what we do, it's a channel which we created. We are two engineers. So what we do it there is like all the use cases, real world examples, labs we will do in this channel.
So if you are in networking, firewall, switching, wireless and real hands-on lab, you are in right place.
Okay, so let's start with the first lab which we have on the LAN Edge technology. So let's continue.
So if we are not just talking about just basic switching, we will be talking about full LAN edge architecture using FortiLink.
Exactly. We will use a FortiGate to manage a FortiSwitch and FortiAP all centrally.
So no logging into switches separately.
Everything from FortiGate.
Alright, let's build it.
Okay, so this is our topology, which you can see. So in this, what is happening? FortiGate will connect to the FortiSwitch using FortiLink. The switch connects to the wired clients and the FortiAPs.
So FortiGate become the firewall, switch controller and wireless controller.
Exactly. Thus, the LAN is modeled from the FortiLink.
Okay, let's configure FortiLink.
Okay, so let's go to that. Convert port 3 into a FortiLink interface.
Okay, quick question. What's exactly FortiLink?
Good question. FortiLink is a dedicated management and control channel between FortiGate and FortiSwitch. It allows centralized configuration.
Oh, it's not just a trunk link.
No, it carries control traffic and user VLAN traffic together. Most of the time when you have a new firewall, then you will see that FortiLink is automatically available. This is a fresh firewall we haven't configured anything as of now, but what we have done is we have removed the FortiLink uh, command from the interfaces. So out of the box, when the firewall is there, the FortiLink is already configured. You don't have to do it. You have to just add the members in that and connect the switches. Once you connect it, automatically the switch will be discovered. So in our case, we are going to do it now. We are going to enable the FortiLink in the interface.
Exactly. So basically that will be there in the FortiLink interface. This name will be written in all FortiGate firewalls. So now I'm going to make this as FortiLink interface because we removed from the FortiLink. I'll go to CLI. I'll run this command set FortiLink enable.
By default, this command is always enabled on the FortiLink, the out of the box firewall.
Exactly, yeah. Just the type end. If you go back, let's minimize it. Just refresh this one. You'll see that the difference. You'll see the difference here. Dedicated to FortiSwitch. You can see this one.
And the administrative access mode, if you see, there is a security fabric connection is also enabled. So these two things are very important for it to discover the switches and also to manage the switches from there. So you will enable the DHCP server at here. Why this DHCP server is required? By default, when 40 switches connects to 40 gate, they will be getting IP from the APIA, which is 169 series. So if you want to assign a very specific IP, management IP, then you can define it here. We are using 10.255.1.2 series. You can have any IP in that. There is very important thing is that the NTP should be enabled on the firewall interface wherever, like in this case it's FortiLink, so that the switches get the exact IP. Otherwise there will be a challenges to build the tunnel, or we can say cap that tunnel with the 40 gate. Okay.
Correct. I'm going to click OK now. We already enabled the DSAP over here. Just click OK. So usually, as you can see, the moment you authorize switches, it take sometime 3 minutes, 4 minutes like that to come because it will discover and take a new image from the FortiGate. As you can see, the default name already coming. So what I will do now, I'll rename the switch name. I'm going just double click this one. Just give the name over here because this currently is all switches. Default name will be a switch serial number. That's my device serial number will be there. Now that will be as acting as a name. So I'm going to change this one switch to 1. So I'll click OK. The moment you click OK, it will go offline and it will come up again.
So be careful while changing it. Do it in initial phase. Don't make changes all the time.
So now it has renamed, switch has come online. It took 1 minute to come online.
Next is the switch APs. So either you can give it a default IPs for the APs, or you can create your own management interface. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a new management interface. So that will be a new VLAN ID. So we'll go to the network interfaces. In this, if you see, there is a default 40 link is there. This is a VLAN 1. Okay, if you don't want to use this, you can create a new interface with the your own VLAN. So we'll do the same thing. We'll create a new interface for the AP management. So we'll name it AP underscore management. Then the VLAN will be defined. The interface you have to select is the 40 link interface, right? So that is selected.
Okay, so we will give any VLAN ID. Suppose let's give the 11 VLAN ID. Let's give the
Okay,
any IP.
yeah.
Which IP do you suggest?
Let's go for 192.168 50 dot 1/24. Yeah, okay. Let's enable the security fabric on it also. So for the AP to discover, and we will not will enable DSCP. Why? Because this is with this IP only the AP will come to the network and do the broadcast. So this is the method we are using for broadcast. Basically, AP will get the IP and broadcast it for the controller. Okay.
So AP needs to AP will discover all the CAPA protocol. So this get fabric connection should be enabled on the AP management VLAN. Then otherwise it won't discover the APs.
Okay, perfect. Let's continue. So also this feature device detection, if you use it, it is going to identify the device like based on the MAC, or we can say the OU of particular vendor.
I'll click OK. The VLAN has configured. Let's go to switch wireless switch Wi-Fi and switch controller. Go to the FortiSwitch port. So here you can assign a VLAN to each where which port is required. You can define those things. Yeah.
So we will see that what are the ports up. Based on that, we will identify the APs like where they are connected. Correct. So here you can see also.
So I think the currently switch gone down. So we'll have to is coming game online now. Let's go to switch port.
So all the ports which are up, like where
See,
the access pointers are connected, you will see that.
this port is up. You can see native VLAN is showing the FortiGate firewall serial number. So wherever you connect any 40 link interface like a switch to firewall, those network interface, you will see this one serial number, device serial number will be appearing over there.
Perfect, perfect. So let's move down. You can see the port 23 and 24 are up where we have connected the access point. And the right side, you can see the what is the power budget that is like utilized from the switch. So we are using it here the 231K model. So it's already consuming the power. Also, if you go to the device information tab, if you have enabled the device detection, there also you can see it.
So we have connected the port 23 and port 22 to the 24 to the APs. Now I'll change the native VLAN to AP management VLAN so that AP can get the IP from the from that particular VLAN and get discovered to the FortiGate. So what I will do, I will select those. We can, if you want to change the VLANs in the switch ports, you can do single port as well. Like select this one. Okay, from here click apply. The VLAN will be applied over here, or you can like I want to select multiple port together. I'll select this trust shift use shift and select I can select or control. You can select multiple port as well. Then click on edit button over here. Change the VLAN to EP management VLAN. Click apply changes. Changes will be applied to both interfaces.
Perfect, perfect. So now let's wait for this to AP to discover.
Now as you can see that AP had discovered. So go to this one. See, you can see the discovery device information. We'll see the all the device information. Why it's coming? Because we had enabled device detection in the that particular AP management VLAN.
Okay, perfect. Let's go and authorize these access point. Go to the manage access point section, and you will see that options APs are in a grayed out, right? Right click on it, or you can see as you have done for the switches, you authorize those. Once you authorize it, it will again go for reboot and it will connect with the IP address. Okay.
So authorize, we can do multiple steps. We can either we can click right click on this one and click authorize. This will be AP will be authorized. Will take default AP profile. That profile will be automatically created based on the device model. FortiGate will take care of those profiling. As you can see, this already applied for FAP 231K default. The default profile will be applied automatically by the FortiGate. So, or either you can just double click this one, click authorize, change the profile same time is beginning. Okay, though that you can do the profile creation, you can do advanced as well before authorizing the APs.
Sometimes it is like if you are working with a lot of access points, then in that case it will be better to have your profile ready, and then later on once the devices are up, you can then and there assign the profile, so there will be not multiple reboots.
Let's in our lab also we are going to do we have two APs. One will be authorized with the default profile. Second, will be authorized using the this one. We are going to create a new profile. Okay, we are applying to the in initial setup as well. We are going to apply a new profile to the APs. Unauthorized AP will go do reboot, and it came offline now. It came online now. So AP has come online now. The once you authorize, AP will go do reboot once, and will take the profiling for the 40 gate which is acting as a wireless controller, and it will be coming online. So now in this video, next this section, I'm going to create a new operation profile. So what I will do is always recommended to clone the default profile. Default profile will be already there. So what I will do, I will create clone this profile. I will give any name, like I will give the branch one initial. So always recommended to branch, like each branch will have the or some floor where is different profile will be there.
Oh, roaming का issue हो जाएगा. Recommend what we can do is best is that you clone the default profile. Okay, so let's we have already cloned it. We have named it branch 1 40AP FAP 231. So in this there are a lot of options available. By default you can change it the AP, like is it indoor or outdoor. So if you want to override and change it, you can select this. It's like you can based on your use case. The country and region, that also you can change it. It is under the advanced setting section, or in this Wi-Fi setting section, which you can see at here. It is configurable level. Sometimes these options are not available, or there may be the wireless advanced option is not available. So for that case, you can go to the system feature visibility section at here, and there you can see wireless controller, right? And there is a advanced option, wireless advanced option. Yeah, here you can see the advanced wireless option, which is already enabled. Okay, now I'm going back to the security, the profile section. So here in the operation profile, I'm gonna change the password to AP login, right? Because this will be used sometimes to run diagnose command, or sometimes to see exactly what is happening in the AP level. So it is better to have a AP password change. I'm gonna enable the SSH, and if you want to have an HTTPS access to that AP, you can enable that option as well. Next is the very important options are there. If you have multiple APs and it's a large environment, there you may want to push your client from 2.4 to 5 gigahertz. Then in that case, frequency handoff is very important, and the AP handoff plays very important role when you are moving from one client to other client. Like if you have a case where a lot of users are connecting to one device, then also this AP handoff is required. And also it will be helping you on the roaming clients, like if you are moving from one AP to other, that's where also it is required. Next is this radio resource provisioning. So your AP based on the channel utilization, it's changed the channel of itself. So here you should enable the radio resource provisioning. So whatever the channel best channel is available, it will select that, right? Next is the band. There are a lot of bands are available. Sometimes when the devices are very old and it is not possible to see them in the latest one, then in that case only you should enable this BG, and otherwise always try to use the latest AXBE to have a better performance. Then the channel width you can select. It can be 20 megahertz by default. That is okay. You can then select the three channel option, which will select 1611. The short guard interval can improve your throughput, but it is not required to always enable it. I will always set the power label to auto, and I will define the range. The general range I suggest is like 8 to 12. That is best range, or you can change it according to the Wi-Fi planning you have done. Next, same thing you have to repeat for the like 5 gigahertz, but here you can define the SSIDs. So far we haven't created any SSIDs. We will create those SSID and will define it. So we'll click plus at here, and here you can see this SSID is not there. So we'll create a new one at here, right? And we'll give it a name, which will be like test one. It's going to be tunnel mode. We'll go to the bridge mode and mesh mode later on, but this is the tunnel mode. We'll just define the IP. It's going to be just 192.168.51.1/24. This is the gateway which we are defining. We will let the create address object be enabled. We'll enable the ping. We'll enable the DHCP server. Now here it is the section for the SSID name. So we are just naming it DHCP test one. We are here. If you don't want to broadcast the SSID, then you can disable this. In our case, we will be broadcasting, so this will be visible. The security mode, we are keeping it as simple WPA2 personal. There are a lot of other options available like WPA3, WPA2 enterprise, WPA3 enterprise. All those options are available. If you want to enable captive portal, the captive portal option is there. We will do this in the later videos. So we'll just give it a passphrase and we'll click OK. Now this SSID will be selected at here. Next, same thing we will repeat for 5 gigahertz band. Here also I would suggest don't use old technologies like A. Use only B, AX, AC kind of, and some cases if it is required N. Make the channel bandwidth to 40 megahertz. Depends again, if you have a lot of channels available, then okay. Otherwise, leave it. Next, we will select all it here. You do click OK. Perfect. Now here also will change the power label to auto. Don't need to enable short guard. It is up to the requirement. Okay. Always in the power label keep a difference of 6 dB, 5 to 6 dB between 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. The reason is that 2.4 travels a lot farther distance than 5 gigahertz. So your client may be experiencing a better 2.4 gigahertz if it is a more powerful. So that's why keep your 2.4 and 5 gigahertz band power at least 6 dB difference. So here there we selected 8 dB in the starting. So we'll keep it from here to 14 to uh, like 17.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can also use it for like 12 to 17. Maybe if there is a lot of APs, so it will be better to go with 12 to 17 also, right? Now again we will select the SSID. There are three options. If you select tunnel, automatically all the tunnel SSID will be selected. And if it is a bridge,
It's always better to keep it in manual mode so that wherever you want to part of that particular operation profile or a particular you want this to be particular added to that particular AP, then that's better. Always recommended to go keep it manual. Yeah.
6 gigahertz, same thing you have to do. Like again, enable the radio resource provisioning, select the channel bandwidth. Like we will go with 160 because we don't have many APs at here, and we'll keep the power at a higher level. So again, the difference between 5 and this 6 gigahertz is not much, but we will keep it to 18 to 20 to approx. Okay, now again we will assign the SSID. Now the option is not available because this SSID which we have, it's WPA2. So what we can do is we can make it WPA3 as of now, so that we can use it in the 6 gigahertz also, just to demonstrate purpose, right? So we'll change this to WPA3. We have come to the test SSID, right? Now we'll change this to WPA3 as SAE. We are now going to select the WPA3 SE and we'll define the password. Okay, and we'll click OK. Now, if we go back to the operational profile, okay, now we'll add the SSID at here. Now it is visible because we have enabled the WP3. Okay, now we'll click OK. We'll finish it. Now we'll assign this to the access point.
Yeah. So now I'll go to manage APs. This AP is already unauthorized. What we will do, we'll just double click this one, authorize, change the profile from here. So this profile has applied now. I'll click OK. Then AP will do reboot and take a new profile and authorize it. One more question I have. Do you recommend to creating multiple profiles?
No, it is not good to have multiple profiles. Let's say if you have certain APs where you want to override some setting. So it is best to override it rather than creating multiple profiles. The only case when you have the two different environment, then in that case you can of course go for multiple profiles. For example, if you have one office where you are doing roaming and all clients are moving, then in that case you keep one profile in that location. If you have another location again managed through this firewall, then you create a different profile for it. And also for different AP models you have to create it, right? So creating a multiple profile is okay, viable option, but depends what is your use case.
Okay, great. Thanks for explanation. Basically, in a previous AP also, I'll go to change the play same profile. Okay. Now the both AP has got a new profile. We can see that branch one 40 FAP 231 profile has applied in both APs, and other AP has come up.
Now we'll go
Both are
quickly to the policy section and we'll create policies for this traffic to for the internet, because since it's a tunnel mode SSID, so we have to create a individual policy for each of the tunnel SSID.
okay. So I'm going to create one profile Wi-Fi. I'll just keep simple name Wi-Fi user to internet. You can give any name over here, just because this is section you already aware of. So I'm going this interface, incoming interface will be the 40 SSID here. Test one. Our interface will be the WAN. Source I will keep it. I don't have any creator address object currently created. I will quickly create it.
It is also always recommended to have your policy with the right source and users and destination, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So I'm going to create it now. So always it's done. 51 is my SSID address. So it's internal SSID. I assigned IP to the SSID itself. So destination will be all because I'm going to internet. I doesn't know the destination. Services I'm keeping all destination. I'll keep it here. Netting should be enabled. Just pause session. You can do any inspection. That's not our intersection. We are covering this one. Maybe in other coming session we'll be covering the security profile things as well. Just click OK.
Perfect, perfect. Now let's see from the switch perspective how it looks like. Do we see the port wise, right? Okay, perfect. Can you configure one port with the like where I can connect my device and it will get the IP from that?
Yeah, sure. I'll go to the 40 switch port. So we need to allow the particular SSID that.
Are going to create a bridge SSID. So for bridge SSID, we need to create a new interface.
Okay, so we are going to give any name like LAN network, because that why we are getting the LAN network, because the same thing we are going to use for a wired port as well. So same VLAN will be assigned to during the bridge SSID, and same will be assigned during the LAN port as well.
Perfect. So let's select the interface, which is gonna be FortiLink.
VLAN ID I'm giving the 11 because 10 I given to the other one.
Oh, it was already there. So let's 12.
12.
Okay. And give an IP.
52.1 because 50 management 1, 51 are tunnel 1, so I will give it to 52.
Okay, 52.1/24. Now we'll assign just ping to this one. DHCP server will enable it, and then we'll define the device detection. That is okay. Click OK. Now we'll go to the switches. Okay, and this VLAN, that VLAN LAN network, will assign it to the one port. The port number is going to be the last port where we have our laptop connected. So it will be port number.
Let's check on switch which port is free. We'll connect the laptop.
24. We'll connect on port number 24.
24. This one is.
Yeah. So how do you change the VLAN at here? So there are two things. One is native VLAN, and one is the allowed VLANs. So explain what is the difference between these two.
So native VLAN, which will be access VLAN, that will be won't be tagged, and allowed VLAN will be tagged VLAN. So we can allow multiple tag VLAN that we can create it. And if you want to we can give a trunk port basically. Then if you go to this one, you need to click all. All VLAN will be allowed. That will be port will be trunk mode.
See, the lot of confusion is there with the engineers, like with different vendors. So the trunk at here means the what we call tagging that interface with those VLANs. Okay, so keep it that way, otherwise it's get confused. So we'll just define the LAN W because my laptop cannot identify that tagged VLAN, so I am just giving it in a native VLAN. Okay.
So I'm going to assign to native VLAN to LAN network, which we just created okay for that particular VLAN. So we will be granting our laptop to port 25 in the switch. Okay, I added to the native VLAN here over here. Click apply. Now we will connect our laptop to the particular port. Then that information will be discovered over here. Meanwhile, we are going to create bridge SSID as well. So I'm going to create bridge SSID. So one question: what is the difference between bridge SSID and tunnel SSID?
Bridge SSID is mainly used when you have any VLANs already configured in your firewall. So what the advantage is that you can continue using the same SSID, so same VLAN. Uh, in comparison to tunnel is gonna create up to the controller, from AP to the controller. The tunnel will be created and the entire traffic will be in the tunnel itself. So some places there is a requirement that you cannot create a new VLAN, or maybe uh, you want to keep all things secure. So in that case you will go with the tunnel option. Otherwise, if you have the same VLAN, you want to allow the user to connect from the LAN side, so then you will use the bridge as.
Understood. So now we are going to give one name to the SSID. The type traffic mode will be bridge SSID.
Okay, perfect.
Continue. So now we have created a bridge SSID type. We set it to the name we given the test to. Earlier, just for our description, where I put bridge SSID just for our identification. Traffic mode I select the bridge one, and SSID name I given the S2. And security mode will be the WPO3 because this should be the Wi-Fi 7 one, because we want to enable radio 3 as well. So that is a mandatory requirement for WPA3 should be enabled. And here in this one because we are not giving a DHCP over here, so that we have to define over here which VLAN should take once authenticated to the particular SSID. Okay, so we have defined 12 VLAN 12 which we just created that time.
Okay, so this is created. There are advanced setting option. We are not going to talk about this now. We will create a dedicated video for that. Click OK now.
Correct, yeah.
Now, once you create the bridge SSID, you have to define this in the switch port as well. So you will go into the FortiAP port and you will add that as a allowed VLANs. If you don't do that, it's not gonna work, because it's gonna always give you the IP from the native VLAN otherwise, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to pass the VLAN to the AP, then you should define the allowed VLAN as well. Okay.
Correct, correct. Yeah. So now we are going to test both wired and wireless connection. First, we will test the wireless connection for both internal SSID. Then we'll do the bridge SSID and testing. Then we'll go to the create one policy for LAN to internet. So which is bridge SSID. We created the same will be using for wired port as well. I'm going to create LAN to internet. Incoming interface will be the LAN network, which is VLAN 12 VLAN 12. And source I don't have any object created. I'll quickly create that as well. 68 52.0. Select that one destination be all. Service will be all. I'll keep it all. We can restrict as well as per your requirement.
SSID, like in this case we have created bridge. What you have to do is you go to the operation profile, and the operation profile which you have applied to the AP, you have to select the SSID, otherwise it will not be broadcasted. Okay, select it in both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz. If you want only to be available on a 5 gigahertz, then you can select it for that, or whatever, it's like up to your requirement, you can do it. So here you can see that the SSID is getting broadcasted. This is test 1 tunnel mode, and test 2 is the bridge mode. I will select tunnel mode first. So here I will give the password. Next.
So we have connected that the test machine to SSID, the test one SSID, which is a tunnel mode SSID. So now I will go to Wi-Fi client. You can see that this is the MAC address of that particular machine, and this is connected to this. It has taken this IP 151.2051.2. This is tunnel mode SSID IPs. Double key, you will get more detail of particular PC, what band is connected, which channel is using. Okay, SSID is using those one, yeah.
So always it's gonna connect to the latest one whenever the device supports. Okay, so based on that it happens. So let's see this in the LAN edge also, because we have connected the same laptop with the port number 24. So with
That machine has taken the this IP 151.50.2 in on wired port. This is the test machine. Test 2 is in the machine name, and this is the VLAN it has taken.
okay, so this is clear, right? Now let me connect the same device, the test laptop, to the new the bridge mode SSID, right? So what will happen? The again this device will get IP from the same VLAN, right? Let's test that. Okay, so
It
it's
took some time to get the IP.
so now you can see that now the device got IP from 52.3, the same bridge VLAN VLAN ID which we have defined, right? So it got the IP from that. So this concludes the testing, and more security feature we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you.
Thank you.